Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Joe Decker from Lush Experiences. I'm pleased to present to you Theo Theodorou, the owner of Exclusively Britain. I've had the pleasure of working with Theo for over 10 plus years now. And I have to say his services are top notch. I've actually done personal trips with him in the past, with friends and family, and have had the most amazing experiences. I'm pleased to present him to you as he explains his company to you and how he handles luxury boutique services throughout the UK, including England, Scotland, and Wales. And if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. Please insert them into the Q&A, and we'll get to them at the end. And without further ado, I'd like to present Theo.
Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning. My name's Theo Theodorou, and I'm the owner of Exclusively Britain. So we've been going since 2013, and we're a boutique DMC based in London. Go on to the next slide, please. So who and where? So as I said, we're based in London, but we cover the whole of Britain, which is England, Scotland, and Wales. We're passionate about creating extraordinary tours, and each tour is always tailored to the client. So from luxury vehicles to private guides, we'd like to ensure that every moment is seamless and unforgettable, as you can see. So all our tours are always private. There's no group tours, and from a multi-day tour to a half-day film set tour, they're always private. And even if they're the same tours, they're always different for the clients. From film and TV set tours to days in Oxford, to sporting events, to Buckingham Palace and changing of the guard. We curate every tour to the client, and we like to weave our magic, as I say, for the clients. Now, this could be families. We do a lot of families with young children. This could be couples or individual travelers. That's what I like about the things we do. They're always changing and always different. So as I said, we curate each tour, and we have exclusive access to some sites. Now, this could be a behind the glass tour of the Churchill War Rooms, an evening tour of the Tower of London, and a recent one we've just booked is a pre-opening private tour of the Royal Yacht Britannia up in Scotland, which I think is a great experience. So they are just some of the things we do, but they don't have to be private tours. They can be just with a private guide, and just making all the history come alive. And it's that relationship between the guides that often makes the experience. Thanks, Joe. The other thing we do is VIP meet and greet, private transfers, and free restaurant recommendation and booking, as well as tickets to all sporting events, theatres. We don't have to take hotel bookings. We're happy to recommend, and the agents book direct, but we can do hotel bookings if need be. You can see Wimbledon there. Premier League soccer has been really big of late, and you can see the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium there. The good thing about the Premier League is there's matches every week, and in London there are 6 teams. So there will usually be a match that you can walk. Now, we provide the tickets and hospitality packages to these matches, but it's one of the best leagues in the world. And with the World Cup coming to America, I think that's why it's been really popular. Also, in the north of England, you have the big teams of Liverpool, Manchester United, and Manchester City. But we've not only had clients attending matches, we've also had owners come to, and we've looked after the owners. of some of the teams. Nearly half, I think about 50% of the teams in the Premier League now have American owners. So that's the other thing where it's very popular. Also, you have other teams and the Netflix. So recently, I don't know if anybody's aware of the Wrexham phenomenon on I think it's on Disney. So that's been quite interesting, and they're one of the smaller teams. So yeah, Premier League. Moving on to, as you can see, Highclere Castle there, and we like to weave film set tours into other sites, and so it's not just a film set tour. I mean, Downton Abbey, the finale was recently released, so it looks magnificent there. But it's not only Downton Abbey, you have Harry Potter, and I find it's better when you weave these into a day rather than concentrating solely on just one subject. I love Ted Lasso, and we often go down to Richmond, but that can be done with Hampton Court Palace. So, so we sort of weave the film set tours, and then it's also the backdrop that you feel like you're in the movie almost at times. So yeah, I've enjoyed a cocktail at Highclere. But I did think I was Lord Carnarvon. And Secret London. So I find with social media, everybody seems to go to the same sites, which is fine because we all want to do the iconic sites. But sometimes if you know the area, there's bits of London that are still secret, and you can see my two little ones there at the top of One New Change, and St. Paul's in the background. Okay, something that I often feel we don't do enough of is countryside. Somebody told me a fact that 90% of visitors to London don't come out of the centre. So we like to do countryside tours, and one of the best ones is the Cotswolds, because it's only 2 hours from London, so you can do city and countryside, and it works really well. Also, if you're looking for that isolation, lochs and scenery, the Scottish Highlands are amazing. And we don't do, I think Wales is very much undiscovered. It's got coastlines, it's got castles, and it's got mountains. So, and what people don't often realise is that Wales can be done with Liverpool. North of Wales can be sort of put together with Liverpool, and you can do it that way. Thanks, Joe. As I said, I really like this quote because I think it absolutely epitomises England, and you've got a shot of Castle Combe there, which is one of the most beautiful villages in the Cotswolds. So, as I said, the Cotswolds, it covers 800 square miles, so you could spend a day visiting it or a week. There's some amazing hotels, and it stretches from Bath in the southwest to Oxford in the northwest. So we've just done a tour where we spent 7 days going from Bath all the way up to Oxford. Again, the Highlands of Scotland I think they're unique in terms of scenery, but what people don't often realise is the typography of Scotland. And I would recommend that you need at least 3 days in the Highlands to really get a feel for it. You can't do it in less than 3 days, probably need longer, but some of the scenery and the lochs are incredible, and it is unique. So after you could do Edinburgh, you could do London, and then go into the Highlands for a bit of peace and quiet and whiskey, as they say. again, as I was saying before, I think Wales is very much undiscovered, and from the coast, Pembrokeshire coastline in the south to the Snowdonian Mountains and the castles in the north, I think if somebody's looking for something that hasn't been done before, Wales is amazing as well. We don't do so much Wales, but we do cover it, and it also has a fact that it produces a lot of singers, so it must be something about the Welsh water. So, okay, seamless luxury travel, because we only run luxury vehicles. As I said before, we can do just VIP meet and greet. If it's a single VIP to greet, we're happy to do that. We could recommend hotels in the countryside and shopping, shopping and theatres. You can see Harrods there. If we have access to the VIP suite, so if you've got any clients that want to do a VIP Harrods visit, we can do that, but they are expected to spend whilst they're there. And luxury transportation. So this is how we started, and we've kept our transportation division. We are an independent transportation. We're licensed by Transport for London, so all our bookings are our own, and we look after them ourselves. So we don't farm them out or anything like that. And the chauffeurs have been working with us for years. So we do a lot of driver-only tours, which works really well because some clients just need a car and they like to explore themselves. And so we do a lot of those. Okay, so as I said, there's no minimum booking or spend. We can do net or gross. There's no credit card fees. The commission is paid in dollars. It's a digital transfer. It's not a wire. So it can, if needed, we can get it there same day or next day. We use Access for our itineraries. We can do ticketing. As I said, we've got our own in-house ground transportation, and the restaurant booking service is free, so there's no charge for that. And if needed, we can help with hotels. But we do like to say that all our tours are unique and original, and it's our take on Britain. So these are just a few of the agents we've worked with recently. Some of them we've been working with for years. So we like to build those relationships. We get to know how the agents work, and that way we can work more efficiently, and the guests get what they want. Okay, thank you for that. Do we have any questions?
Thank you, Theo. Yes, we do have a couple of questions. The first question is from Michelle Bates. She's wondering if you have a minimum spend if you're not booking the whole trip.
No, there's no minimum spend. So as I said, it could be a single transfer, a VIP meet and greet. What we don't do is ticket only, like if somebody wants tickets for the Tower of London and tickets for Westminster Abbey, we won't just do them, but there's no minimum spend at all. So happy to help wherever we can.
Great. Thank you so much. And actually, the second question is also about that. Alexis asked, do you have a minimum net requirement to take a booking? Wasn't sure if you prefer full comprehensive packages or if you're able to book just a transfer or help with entry tickets and or fill in the gap. Thanks. But yes, that is actually all the questions we have. If anybody else has any last minute questions, I'll take this room now. I don't see any. I think, Theo, your presentation was very thorough. Everyone seemed to enjoy
Thanks,
it.
thanks everyone.
And oh, yes, Alexis, I will send you his contact details. Everyone after this webinar will receive a copy of the recording and the presentation that Theo used, and as well as his contact information.
Yeah, you can feel free to, if there's something you've forgotten, just drop me a line. I'll answer it straight away by email.
Great. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking the time. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.